Hey friends, I'm Chris Schufel with Chris in the Classroom, and today everyone gets angry. It's a natural thing that happens. Things don't go our way, people mistreat us, we don't get what we want, we fail, we fall, we lose, we let ourselves down. Stuff happens that makes us angry. And as we've covered in other lessons, we can't always control what happens to us or around us. We can't always control what other people say or do. We can't always control life and the things that happen to us. But regardless, we eventually have emotions and feelings about those things. Anger being one of them. Now, anger is usually seen as a bad thing, but in many ways it can actually be a good thing. You see, the thing is, anger shows us that we care about things, that we're passionate about something, and a lot of times it can actually motivate us to try to work hard and make things better. But there's some things we need to understand when it comes to anger. First, anger is a normal emotion, but it's how you handle it that's important. Next, it's easy for our anger to get out of control, and that's not good. So we have to do what we can to keep it under control. When anger gets out of control, it can lead us to some pretty nasty things like retaliation, revenge, hurting ourselves, hurting others, or other types of destructive behavior. Next, don't let your anger last too long. You see, anger can sometimes feel good, but nobody wants to be around someone who's always angry. Besides, it can really weigh on you and lead to depression, anxiety, and really impact your physical health in a negative way. So why do we get angry? Well, simply put, we get angry because we demand or expect things that don't end up happening. Just like anger is a sign that we care about something, it's also a sign that we have demanding thoughts and really high expectations. You can check out my lesson on demands versus desires and my book, What Makes People Ticked, for a more in-depth discussion on those things. But simply put, we have demands and we have really high expectations for ourselves, for other people, and for life in general. We think we have to do things a certain way, and if we don't, we get angry. We think we have to get a certain amount of approval and recognition from others, and if we don't, we get angry. We think other people have to treat us a certain way, and if they don't, we get angry. And we think that life has to be comfortable and trouble-free, and if it's not, we get angry. Pretty much all anger situations come from those demands and those really high expectations. And as I covered in the ABCs of Emotions lesson, it's not what happens to us that makes us mad. It's not the people in our lives that make us mad. It's what we think about those things that affects how we feel. And once you understand that, you find out that you are the one that has all the power over your anger. So make sure you can pinpoint exactly what it is that's causing your anger, the demands and expectations about yourself, others, or life in general. So now that we know why we get angry, we can look at how to keep that anger under control and move past it. Now, the internet is full of anger management strategies like exercise and deep breathing and self-talk and doing something to help ease your mind and relax, like puzzles or coloring or taking a bubble bath or talking to a trusted adult. And all those things are awesome. I even broke down a lot of those things in my coping skills lesson video. But I'm going to repeat one of those steps that I talked about in that video here because it'll work wonders when dealing with your anger too. You need to ask yourself what I call the 3 resilience questions. The first question you need to ask yourself is, how could this be worse? You see, there's always a way things could be worse. And that allows you to realize that while your situation may not be good, it's not as bad as it could be. And you can actually be thankful for that. Second, ask yourself, why won't this matter in the future? This helps you to understand that this won't last forever. It's only temporary. This too shall pass. And you need to focus on what things will be like when this does pass. And third, how could this turn out for your good? What can you learn from this? What can you change? What can you do differently? How can this improve your life? How can the situation make you a better, stronger, more resilient person? How can the situation motivate you to do something good? I love asking myself these questions when I get angry about things. It really does help me to slow down my crazy, out of control thinking. Anger is way easier to control when we can slow it down. Because the moment your anger moves to aggression, like yelling or stomping off or hitting something, you no longer have control. And that's a dangerous place to be because anger is only one letter away from danger. And the more you get used to asking yourself those three questions, they'll become part of your regular thought process for dealing with negative situations. And you'll begin to see that things bother you less and less because you'll be able to give up the grip on those demands and those high expectations that are causing you to get angry in the first place. Remember, you can't control other people. You can't control life and what it throws at you, but you can control your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions. Well, that's it, friends. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you want to learn more about the greatest social emotional learning, conflict resolution, and resilience training program for students that's out there today, you got to check out the Squabbles program. And if you want me to come and impact your school and community, either in person or virtually, let us know and we'll make it happen. I guarantee you'll be glad you did. And until next time, class is dismissed. I love asking myself these questions. Myself. I can do this. When dealing with your anger too. So, when dealing with your anger too, you should also ask yourself, no. And as we covered in the ABCs of emotions lesson, it's what happens to us that we have to do things in a certain way. And if we don't, we get angry. We think, you can chill. Getting angry with this video.